Hello and welcome to New Things Day. It's the first of the month. Bone Thugs would be excited. Um, I'm excited if that song's on. New comic book day, some books, and what might turn into a new segment, if you will. I say segment very loosely. Another serial that it's not quite a review. It's going to end up being a review, let's be honest. Start with the books first. Light week for me this week. I think I only got 10 books, 10 new books, a couple back issues, 2 back issues, which is twice what I normally get. One has a reason, though. We'll get to that. First up, Green Lantern's 18, the last testament of the first Lantern. And I can officially say, as cool as the cover is, I do like the cover, but as cool as the cover is, it's the first time that between my two choices, I had to choose between a cover that didn't have Jessica or Simon on it, and a cover that didn't have Jessica or Simon on it. Neither of them were on either cover, and it bothered the hell out of me. And I'm a little bummed out about it still. But as long as that means there's more of them in the book. Wow, that last page looks badass. Might not be the last page. Wow, the art on this is... Do we have a new artist on this? I don't remember it looking like this. Pencils, Robson Roca. Inks, Daniel Henriques. I might have butchered that name, and I apologize. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Henriques. Colors, Alex Salazzo. Wow. Wow. This book looks fucking awesome. I mean, this book's been great, but this, for some reason, it looks... I am even more excited about that book now. Green Lanterns is amazing. If you're not reading it, please pick it up. It is great. Cyborg number 10. Much like Silk, a book that's just grown on me, and it's actually became a book that I am looking forward to reading, and I hope it continues that way. I really do. I'm excited to see what happens in this story arc. I don't think it's done yet. No, this is brand new story arc, which I can't really remember if the last one was wrapped up. It seemed like it was strangely. I don't know. I'll have to look into that one. Batman number 18. Got the Bane cover in lieu of, I can't remember the other cover. Was it a Tim Sale cover? Or was it a Finch cover? I can't really remember. But I like this cover more. This is the Finch cover, so I think the other cover is a Tim Sale cover. Excited about this. I'm loving Tom King on this book. Big fan of Tom King. Shade the Changing Girl, number 6. Once again, this isn't the cover I chose. This is the only one my shop got in. We got shorted, so I don't get me wrong. I really do enjoy this cover. I don't even know what the other cover looks like, though, so maybe if it comes into the shop, maybe I pick that one up if I like it more. Who knows? But I really like this cover, and I've really been liking this book, even if I don't understand it fully. Avengers number 5, Double Vision. Cross your eyes, and that's what you have. Double Vision there. I don't know if it's a future Vision. I don't know anything. I do like how they have Vision's name on here as the same font that they use for his title. I'm excited. If this is a story all about Vision, then I'm all pumped up and ready to roll. If it just continues to be a Kang story and Vision's heavily involved, I will still be happy. I adore Vision. Love everything about him. The Unstoppable Wasp number 3. Hopefully this book continues being as good as it was the past 2 issues. I'm excited about this book. This is one of the, even though I only got 10 books this week, there's maybe 3 that I said yes when I got out of the box, or when I realized that this was out this week. So this is one of them. I'm excited about this book, and it looks like it still continues to give you a lot of book. So there's going to be a lot of stories. There's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of good stuff in this book. I'm really excited, and I almost looked at the last page, but didn't want to. Silk 18, and finally we're away from the clone conspiracy bullshit. I wasn't reading any of it. I was only on Silk. I only read the bits that Silk was part of the clone conspiracy, and I didn't understand a goddamn thing. And I'm glad we're back. I'm glad we're back to Silk. I hope that that nothing huge happened outside of her book with her. But I'm glad we're back, and I hope it continues being as great and as fantastic as it has been. Deadpool number 28, and the long-awaited Till Death Do Us Part. This is part 1. And I would be lying if I didn't say that I am actually kind of excited about this story arc. It's been a while since I've been excited about Deadpool's story arc. As solid as the book has been, this one's been being teased for a while. And I'm wondering if this is actually what's leading to what eventually ends up happening in Deadpool 2099. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all my books this week, to be honest with you. There's not really one book that I'm going to have to last and be not excited about to read, even though I read the ones I'm not anticipating as much first. Really anticipating this one, though. America number 1. Truth be told, I really, really wanted the hip-hop variant for this. It's the Hamilton cover, and it's her on top of the star, like Hamilton, and it works twice because she uses the star to teleport. Oh my god, is that an amazing cover? I may still hunt that down. I'm excited about this book. It looks great. Looks like there's some interesting choices panel-wise, and I'm always about that. So I can't wait to read that. I've been waiting on that one for a while. And last but not least, the Riverdale one-shot, which is just 4 individual stories about Archie, Betty, Veronica, and Jughead independently. And this is the Adam Gorham cover. And I like how it has them all on the cover. The only ones in the book, well, there might be other, but the only ones having stories individually in the book. And even though they're all on there, it kind of displays all their personalities together. I fucking love the Archieverse. I love Riverdale, and I'm excited about everything Archie. First back issue, Korak, son of Tarzan, number 54. Edgar Rice Burroughs, nice Joe Kubert cover on this. That's what drew me into it, is the Joe Kubert cover. And you can't beat that. I mean, pulling this baby out of the dollar bin, no problem here. Excited. I'd like to get more of these, to be honest with you, but you don't really see them. The ones I've seen around are either in like extremely awful condition, and I don't want those, or they're like pristine, and I don't want to pay that much money for those. So if I could find a nice, mid ground, I'd pick them up. Sorry, a little parched. And then the last back issue I got is X-Men Millennial Visions 2000. And if you listen or watch, because we do video now, the podcast, every week we say we're broadcasting from a different universe in the Marvel Multiverse every week, and it goes by our episode number. And we're on episode 106, I believe, maybe 107. But if there's no universe, we find one similar, so there was no 106, so we did 1006. And for the past 3 or 4, they've all come out of this book. This was a one-shot, has a bunch of weird different stories in it, and I'm excited to read some of the universes that we've been coming out of. From Cyclops being worried about having a baby with Jean, to they have the baby because Jean brings up that Franklin Richards is okay. Yeah, he turned out great. But that they eventually have the baby, and it's just a picture. I saw it in the exposition of the universe, but I never saw the actual picture. I need to see if I can see it in here, because it's a picture of just a baby shooting optic blasts out of its eyes and just shit floating everywhere around. And this is weird. Not only are these one shots, they're not even stories. It's just wow. It's just pictures and then a tiny paragraph about it off to the side. And here actually is the bringing up baby, and there's the picture. It even has an X-Men costume diaper on, which is very interesting. That is pure madness. That is pure madness. And every page is a different thing, which is unbelievable. Wow. I'm actually excited about this. The Visionaires and Their Visions. J.H. Williams, Keith Giffen, Kevin McGuire, John Paul Leon, Matt Broom, Alan Evans, Sean Phillips, Gary Frank, Tom Derenick, Bill Sankovic, Bill Sankovich. I always butcher his name. I met the man, and I don't know how to say his name, and I feel like an awful human being about it. Coley Hamner, Sean Chen. Ooh, Jim Starlin, 26. What are you doing, Jimmy? Back to school. The Xavier Institute was opened to the public in 2028 as part of the Equal Schools Act. Great. Philip Xavier, Art Thebert, Chris Eolopoulos, and Chris Giarusso, Jim Calafiore, might not be right here, Pablo Raimondi, Killian Plunkett, Michael Lopez, Jeff Lafferty, Tom Derenick again, doing double duty, Adam Polina, and Al Williamson. I'm interested. I'm actually excited to look through this and find some more weird shit. Some more really weird shit. I had no idea what any of this was. I just knew that the universes we were in the podcast, link is down in the description box, by the way, to the audio and the video, the YouTube channel. Now for the serial, and I didn't want it to be a review, and I don't want it to be a public service announcement, but I feel like it's what I need to do. You may have seen this on your shelves. You may have said, "Oh, interesting. That's probably a way to go. That's probably delicious." This is the new Keebler cereal, made by Kellogg's, I believe. Yeah, it's Kellogg's. And the whole thing is it's made with real mini chocolate chip cookies. Now, the cereal base of this is basically just the chocolate balls from Reese's Puffs. That's basically what you're going to get from it. The cookies themselves, for what it's worth, they are mini chocolate chip cookies. They're basically little balls halved in here. Sounds great, right? Now, when you pour this into your bowl, you pour the milk in, all of the cookies disappear. They all sink. What scientist, I don't think scientists are in charge of cereal, what guy thought that was a good idea? They all sink. They all just sink right to the bottom. They disappear. So as you're eating your cereal, barely any cookies, you have to change the way you eat your cereal. You got to scrape the bottom for a cookie now and then. And then they'll still get away from you because they're light. They disappear. They float away with the milk. So when you're done, once you finish all the Reese's Puffs chocolate balls, which aren't that great to begin with, all you're left with is a cookie-type milk, and the cookies are all disintegrated because they're real cookies. Can we just agree that maybe Cookie Crisp, not the best, but they understand the physics of a cookie? They understand the characteristics of a cookie? That if you leave it sitting in milk, it's going to dissolve? Better yet, if you wanted to make a cookie cereal, put all cookies in it. Eat it quick. I don't care. This doesn't work. It doesn't work physically. It doesn't work if you want to enjoy your cereal the way you normally enjoy cereal. Maybe you eat cereal super fast and you scrape the bottom. If you do, the cereal is for you. If not, tread lightly. I will not be buying another box, although there's very few cereals. There's only one. Very few cereals that I've bought more than one box of in the past year and a half, unless it had different artwork. But there is one cereal that I've bought that has the same exact artwork that I've bought in 4 boxes of. I will not mention it because there's something I'm trying to do with that. And I lost something that I needed for that. Just reminded me of it. I need to find that. But the Keebler cereal, it's at best, it's a dessert cereal. And it hurts me to say that because I hate the idea of a dessert cereal. If you want a cookie cereal, the closest thing is Cookie Crisp. But if you want a dessert cereal, cookie dessert cereal, this still isn't the best. Bring back Oreo O's. Put the marshmallows in there. Leave the O's, the chocolate cookie type O. Wow, is that an amazing cereal that I miss? It's a miss on the Keebler cereal. I wish this said limited time because then maybe I could understand it. But if this is a constant on our shelf, oh boy. I almost told somebody, and this is me just in my head. I saw a woman with 2 boxes of this in her cart, and I wanted to reach out and ask, "Have you had it before? Like, did you have it already and you enjoyed it that much? Do you want to?" Or I wanted to warn her that, hey, why don't you try one first, and then see what you do. But I didn't because I couldn't do that. But in my head, I had the whole conversation. She yelled at me, hit me with her handbag, um, and then told me to mind my own goddamn business. Rightfully so. That's what happened in my head. Rightfully so. But if you want to give it a shot, give it a shot. But I cannot endorse. I cannot put my stamp on the Keebler cereal, and I'm sorry for that because I wanted to enjoy it. I was excited to eat it, and it disappointed me. Um, there's one bowl out of here, so I still have the rest to eat it. Maybe it turns it around. Another thing that bothers the hell out of me is on the box it says "Shake it up. Cookies may have settled." No, I don't want to shake my box of cereal up, creating crumbs where they don't need to be. When there's crumbs in the bottom, usually I don't want that. I don't want the powder. There's very few cereals that powder is good. I may make the list of the cereals that the powder is good at the end of the bag. But by the way, all opinions. Maybe you love the dust. I don't know. You can love the dust. Everybody can love the dust. My personal opinion is there's very few cereals with dust that's good. Oh man, have I just spent 5 minutes talking about this box of cereal? Hopefully, there's one person that enjoys this. Maybe a half a person. Maybe there's somebody that just like barely listening and they hear it and they're like, you know what, this is half interesting that he's talking about cereal. But I'm gonna put this down now and pretend that it didn't happen, although still not endorsing Keebler cereal. But maybe there will be an update once I finish the box. I can't throw it out. I refuse to throw out cereal, so I will finish the box, and maybe it changes. Maybe I let some get stale and try when it's stale. Maybe the cookies will float when they're stale. I don't know. I just went way too in depth about a box of cereal. Some books with the game. I'll play the game. First up is The Last Man Comes Home, published by Random House, hardback, no dust jacket, United States of America outline on it. Authored by Stephen Longstreet. This is American Travel Journals 41 and 42 of Stephen Longstreet, illustrated by the author. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. If you're traveling the country, it says country, right? Yeah, American Travel Journals. If you're traveling America, I mean, could you imagine traveling America and just doodling like that and have it go in your book? That's a dream of mine. I couldn't even doodle that, but that's unbelievable. If it's 41, 42 travel journals, it had to come out in 42, right? Although it could have taken a little bit to put it together. I'm going to say 43. It took him a year to put it together. This came out, first printing, 1942. So he got it. He got it out in 42. Attaboy, Longstreet. By the way, all the books I've played the game with in the past 5 videos are still piled here, but away from the other piles. Need to put them away. Need to figure out how to do that and need a place to do it. When the Bell Breaks, a novel by Otis Carney. Looks like it might be a comedy because on the back it says in 1943, Otis Carney and Charles Spaulding co-authored the hilariously funny and very successful Love at First Flight, story of a naval aviation cadet. So I'm going to say if they're talking about a book in 43, this is probably 47. It has to be later than that. This thing looks later than that. But I don't want to go later. I'm going to say 51, which I feel like might be too late. Book club edition. It might be way later than that even. Published by Houghton Mifflin. 57. I knew it was a little later. 1957. When the Bow Breaks. Oh, next up, CJ Cherry. The H might be silent. This is Cloud's Rider, and it's library bound, but there's a old sticker on the cover that's covering up the title, which is bothering the shit out of me. Looks like he was a Hugo Award winner, so I'm imagining this is some kind of sci-fi. Cover price on this is $22. $22. I'm gonna say this is a nine. This has to be 90s. This is 96. 96 all day on Cloud's Rider. 1996. Yes, first printing. Thank you. Man, I'm fucking stoked about that. I've been on a dry spell. Haven't gotten a lot of them right, but I'm excited. Oh, I wanted. There's a few some of the old Mattel wrestler figures at the shop that I wanted to pick up for like $2 a piece, but I didn't get a chance to grab them. I forgot all about them. There is a Big Boss Man that I'm going to pick up, Jake the Snake, and two Rockers era Shawn Michaels, which means, because I believe they came in a pair, there are two Rockers era Marty Jannetty's out there somewhere in the world, just out there. Does that mean somebody wanted Jannetty? Or does that mean somebody wanted Michaels and threw away the Jannetty's? We may never know. But I'll always be on the hunt for those Jannetty's. The Visiting Professor, a novel by Robert Littell. Once again, there's another goddamn sticker on the cover, which bothers the shit out of me. Although it's not library bound, it's actually on the dust jacket, which pisses me off. Published by Random House. Cover price on this thing, $21. A little smaller of a book. Gonna say this is 90. I want to go earlier, but my mind's telling me to go a little later. 97. Although I do want to say like 92, but I'm gonna say 97. It's 94. Should have stuck with it. 94. That's gonna fall over, and I'm gonna just blow a gasket. Okay. Sure. Alan Folsom's The Day After Tomorrow, one with dust jacket, one without, both hardback. Dust jacket on this one is a little dirty. There's something on it. I don't know. It looks like a little bit of moisture at some point, maybe. And I think the reason I got both of these is simply because they are. By the way, I think this was published in 98. It's 94. Yeah, I picked both these up because they're both first editions. And that was just interesting to me that there were two first editions there. Although this may be a book, there's millions of first editions out. Yeah, they're both first editions. So I don't know. Maybe this is if this is your favorite book, and you don't mind having a copy that, I mean, they're not pristine by any means, but if you are interested in, if this is your favorite book, let me know. And I mean, I hate saying it, because then when I don't do it, I look like a bad guy. If it's your favorite book, let me know. Maybe I'll send it to you if a first edition interests you. If it's your favorite book, because I have two of them and I don't need two of them. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do? 3 left. Burning the Days, Recollection, James Salter, and this cover's weird as shit. It's like transparent. The cover's transparent. Okay, I guess that would be translucent. And then it actually says Recollection, James Salter on the actual hardback. And I'm not going to lie, it bothered me at first. I kind of love it. I haven't seen that before, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know why, because that's great. That looks awesome. I love the look of that. You could do so many things with this also. It's a memoir, it looks like. Burning the Days. Cover price on this is $24. And I'm just astonished by this cover. I love this dust jacket on this thing. I'm a huge fan of this book. I might read this next. I don't even know who James Salter is, but I might read this next. Um, One of America's finest writers recreates people, places, and events spanning some 50 years, bringing to life an entire era through one man's sensibility. Beginning with a Manhattan boyhood and then satisfying his father's wishes, graduating from West Point, followed by service in the Air Force as a pilot. I might read this next. I don't really have a book picked out for next, so I might read this next just because this dust jacket is blowing my mind. I absolutely adore this. Um, Year, I'm going to say, published by Random House, I'm going to say 97. 97 on this thing. I wanted to say 98, but I cut it back to 97. And it is 97. First edition on this thing, too. But I'm really excited to read this, even though when I read books with dust jackets, I will take the dust jacket off to read it because I don't like it being ripped or torn. That way, if the book even gets a little dirty or something happens, I can at least cover it up with a dust jacket. There's very few books of mine that I'll read. I read every book I have. If there's a book I absolutely adore, I will buy a new copy and not open it, so there's no spine crease, there's nothing. But every book I own, I will read or have read. Two left. D.F. Jones, The Fall of the Colossus, a new novel by the author of Colossus, The Forbin Project. I read Colossus, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. Really good sci-fi. I believe there was a movie made out of it. The movie may have came first. I may be thinking of that book Starman. I think that was Jeff Bridges in that movie. I don't know. Colossus was decent. I saw this. I think when I got these books, it was right around the time when I was reading that. No cover price, book club edition. Uh, ripped. Dust jacket's ripped. Although I do like it. It's very plain. No artwork on the back. I'm going to say 70s on this. 70, might be 80s. But I'm going to go to late 70s. 78 on this, on The Fall of Colossus. 74, early 70s. Missed out on that one. My bad. Last up, by James Holding, we have The Sky Eater and Other South Sea Tales. Illustrated by Charles Keeping. Looks like it's published by Abelard Schumann. That looks like an old book there. I like this art a lot. I'm a huge fan of that shark. And the wide-eyed stingray? Octopus? Fish? I don't know what that is. Sigmund a sea monster? I don't know what that is at all. It looks like it has to have man-thing nose. I don't know what's going on. But this doesn't have a cover. Yeah, it does. $3.25 on the cover price. It looks like Abelard Schumann may be a London publisher. This may be a London publishing, a British publishing. I'm going to say 62 on this. I feel like this is pretty early. I mean, I guess it's early, not comparatively to some other books, but it's still a pretty early book. And this is 65. First published in Great Britain in 66. This one was printed in the United States. That confuses me. It looks like Abelard Schumann has 3 locations: London, New York, and Toronto. Copyright 65. First published in Great Britain in 66. But this was printed. Why? I'm not going to try to work my way through it. Whatever happened in the 60s stays in the 60s. Definitely a kid's book. This illustration is the stuff of nightmares. And I can't not look at it. I'm honestly blown away by this. This is amazing. I hope you can see that well, because this is an incredible, incredible book. Definitely a kid's book, though. Very large font. I'm excited. I'll read this thing through. I'll power through this thing in 20 minutes because this oh my god, I can't even. It takes me like 4 or 5 minutes just to figure out what's happening in a lot of these illustrations. I'm excited about this. I am excited about this. Even though I wasn't close, it's kind of close. That's it. We're done. We're done. Earbuds Podcast. All of that stuff will be in the description box. Follow me on Twitter at Breakdown Brand. That should be in the description box. My co-host and friend of the Earbuds Podcast had just got a little more serious about his gaming channel. It's called the Not So Tryhards Gaming. I've been popping in on a lot of videos, been doing a lot of things with him regarding that. So if you like old school, we basically, it's been just N64 games as of now. Played a lot of N64 wrestling games, played some N64 sports games. He's doing some N64 platformers, RPGs. I don't know what he's doing. He's also doing something, he's doing a Skyrim playthrough on there. So go check that out if that's your interest. If not, then don't. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. Love yourselves, love each other, and thank you. Look at Riverdale staring at you. Look at it. Look at Jug. Look at the Juggers. Look at the Jugster. Nobody's ever called him the Jugster. The Jugster. I may be embarrassed about Jugster.